She came to the hospital to escape blood, violence, and death. The irony was there was blood here too, but this time to save lives. For 3 years, she'd worked peacefully as a nurse until her past came knocking. The terrorist attack on the hospital forced her to remember her CIA operative identity. Before we begin this thrilling double identity story, tell us in the comments which city you're watching from, and if you believe heroes deserve second chances, hit that subscribe button. Sarah Davis was the most trusted night shift nurse at Chicago General Hospital. 35 years old, brown hair always in a bun, green eyes with a calm but alert expression. She'd been working in emergency for 3 years. Her colleagues loved her. Calm, organized, someone who never panicked during crises. She made the right decisions even in the most chaotic situations. "Sarah's amazing," said young nurse Emma. "I learned so much from her." Dr. Williams, the nurse I trust most. The person I want beside me in emergencies. But no one knew Sarah's past, where she came from, what she did before, why she chose nursing. When asked, she'd say, "I came from another city." She never went into details. Sarah's real name was Agent Sarah Mitchell. From 2010 to 2020, she worked as a special operations specialist for the CIA codename Nightingale. For 10 years, she'd done classified missions around the world: Middle East, terrorist infiltration; Eastern Europe, intelligence gathering; Latin America, drug cartel penetration; Asia, cyber operations. Her areas of expertise: close combat techniques, weapons training, tactical analysis, psychological manipulation, medical knowledge, field conditions. She retired in 2020. Reason: her partner was killed on the final mission. After leaving the CIA, Sarah changed her identity. She came to America, took nursing training. Why nursing? Because for 10 years, she'd only brought death. Now she wanted to save lives. She already had medical knowledge. CIA training included field medicine, trauma intervention, emergency care. Nursing education expanded this knowledge. No one knew her real identity. Her CIA file was classified. Her new identity was perfect. For 3 years, Sarah lived as a normal nurse. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. shifts. Patients, medications, treatments. The quiet life made her happy. She was no longer killing anyone, instead saving lives. But sometimes her old habits emerged. When entering the hospital, she'd check exit routes. She'd memorized security camera locations. She observed staff, who they were, how they behaved. She immediately noticed suspicious visitors. Colleagues attributed this to being very observant. The night shift was like any other. Sarah was in emergency, with 3 patients: heart attack, car accident, asthma attack. At 11:30 p.m., she noticed something strange. 4 men at the hospital entrance. They looked like normal visitors, but CIA training kicked in. Risk analysis: 4 people, coordinated movement. Loose clothing, weapon concealment, constant environmental checks. Very late visiting hour. More like reconnaissance than visiting. These weren't normal visitors. Sarah approached security guard Marcus. "Marcus, do you know those men at the door?" "No, first time seeing them." "Did you ask which patient they're visiting?" "They said, 'We have a patient here, visiting,' but didn't give a name." Sarah's alarm bells were ringing. "How long have they been here?" 15 minutes. They're not going in, just waiting." Sarah started monitoring their movements. They were studying the hospital layout, looking for security weaknesses. Sarah quietly approached other nurses. "Emma, take patient files upstairs." "Why?" "I can't explain now, just do it." "Linda, check emergency exits. Make sure they're open." "Sarah, what's happening?" Maybe nothing, but let's be prepared. Her colleagues were surprised, but trusted Sarah. At 12:15 a.m., the door opened. 4 men entered. This time their weapons were visible. "Nobody move!" their leader shouted. Panic began. Patients started screaming. Staff froze in fear. Sarah's old training activated. Tactical analysis. 4 attackers. Automatic weapons. Amateur organization. Professionals would have blocked exits. Unclear objective. Money? Hostages? Terror? Strategy. Buy time. Move staff to safe areas. Control situation. Sarah stayed calm. Quietly to other staff. Stay calm. Emma, get patients to safe corridor. Linda, alert doctors. Marcus, call police but quietly. The lead attacker approached. You giving orders? No, just trying to protect our patients. If you're smart, no one gets hurt. What do you want? Sarah asked. There's a patient here. We want him. Which patient? Name's Robert Stone. Which room? Sarah knew him. Robert Stone, organized crime leader. Shot in an assassination attempt. Brought to hospital. Patient information is confidential, Sarah said. Look, nurse, don't make this hard. Sarah's CIA past activated. She'd handled many situations like this. Okay, I'll tell you, Sarah said. But first let me move our wounded to safety. No. Information first. Then you get nothing. I'm the nurse in charge here. The attacker evaluated Sarah. Something was different about this woman. She wasn't afraid. 5 minutes. Move the patients. Sarah had won. She was buying time. Sarah organized the staff. Emma, evacuate critical patients through emergency exit. Linda, get doctors upstairs. Marcus, which police units are coming? This organization wasn't normal nursing knowledge. This was military-level coordination. Dr. Williams was surprised. Sarah, how can you be so organized? Not time to talk now. While distracting the attackers, Sarah accessed the security camera system. CIA training paid off. She knew security systems. She temporarily disabled cameras. This would make it easier for special teams to intervene. Then she opened hospital internal communication, gave situation report to police. 4 armed attackers in emergency. Hostages present. Critical patients evacuated. Dr. Williams approached Sarah. Sarah, what is this? How are you being so professional? Not now, Dr. Williams. Where is this knowledge coming from? You're not just a nurse. Sarah hesitated. Her past was being exposed. My previous job was different. What job? Security field. What security? Are you a CIA agent? Sarah's silence was the answer. 10 years. Special operations, Sarah said. Left in 2020. Dr. Williams was shocked. So you really are? Yes, but now I'm a nurse. Past stays in the past. Is this why you're so calm? I've seen worse. Special team had surrounded the hospital. Sarah communicated with them. I'm the nurse inside. Reporting situation. How many attackers? 4 people. Have automatic weapons. Looking for organized crime patient. Who are you? You sound very professional. CIA, retired. The commander on the phone was surprised. Agent Mitchell? Yes. I know your file. We trust you. Sarah coordinated from inside. Attackers in scattered positions. Leader in emergency, others in corridor. Hostage status? Staff moved to safe area. Only me and 2 doctors left. Can you intervene? Sarah's CIA training versus nurse identity conflicted. I don't do operations anymore. But you could save lives. Sarah was torn. Should she use her past and intervene? Just then, one of the attackers threatened Dr. Williams. Tell me Robert Stone's room or I'll shoot you. Sarah's protective instinct activated. She had to protect her colleague. Okay, she said. I'm intervening. Sarah's CIA training returned after 3 years. Quietly approached first attacker, rendered unconscious. Distracted second, took his weapon, caught third as he tried to escape. Leader had to surrender. Time, 2 minutes. No one injured. Hospital staff looked at Sarah like they'd never seen her. Who was this woman? She's worked with us for 3 years, but we never knew her. These moves aren't movie stuff. They're real. Dr. Williams approached. Sarah, you're incredible. Just did my job. Which job? CIA agent or nurse? Both. When police arrived, Sarah explained the situation. Agent Sarah Mitchell. 2010 to 2020 CIA operative. 2020 onward civilian nurse. Why did you become a nurse? I was tired of killing. I wanted to save lives. How did you handle tonight? Old training never disappears, but now I only use it to protect. Next day in hospital corridors, only Sarah was discussed. She really was a CIA agent. Worked with us 3 years, never showed it. This is why she was always so calm. Sarah tried to normalize. I'm still the same Sarah, just have a different past. Her colleagues began looking at her differently. Sarah, you're a hero. No, I'm a nurse. I did different work in the past, but now I'm here. Why did you leave CIA? Because I brought death. Here I save lives. Emma, you do both very well. A month later, Sarah still worked at the same hospital, but she was no longer hidden. They'd asked her to redesign hospital security protocols. Your experience is very valuable. Can I still do nursing? Of course, but security consulting too. Sarah accepted. She'd integrated her 2 identities, CIA training plus nursing compassion. That night on shift, Emma asked, Sarah, which is the real you? CIA agent or nurse? Both, Sarah said. My past makes me strong. My current job makes me human. If you think this story shows the power of second chances, tell us your city in the comments and subscribe to help ensure that stories of heroes like Sarah who use their past for good continue to be told. Sometimes the greatest transformation is using the same skills for a different purpose.